Welcome to musicmovie.com, and today we're going to discuss the real budget of releasing an indie album. So as I've been saying for a while now, you need a budget when you're releasing your own music. You just need it. And if you don't have a budget, then wait and save up until you have one to release your music properly. And like say it's your first album, you do a half-ass release, that's your first impression. People always remember first impressions. You don't want that for your first album, do you? If you don't have the budget to do things properly, just wait, save up, or get the money somehow to do it right. So we're going to go over some of these expenses. Now, I'm not going to count recording and production and all that stuff, because I'm assuming a lot of you have your own studios, or you know someone who has one, or you have a producer, or you produce your own stuff, or whatever. But I'm not including recording costs. Some of you may have to pay for recording, that's fine, but this budget is not including all that. Now, of course, once your album's done, you got it mixed, you got it mastered, you got to decide, like I've said before, if you want to do just digital or if you want to do CDs as well. CDs do still sell, and it's good to have CDs at your shows to sell them because people still buy them at shows and things like that. Now, of course, digital release is not that much money. It's not bad. Most places like CD Baby or, all the other places, they generally charge per album to get your stuff out there to all the digital outlets. And it's pretty cheap. I think some places are like $59, maybe cheaper even. Now, if you want to put out CDs and you want to do it right, you could do the old mixtape style where it's just a CD case with a one back and front insert that you slide in there. You could do it like that, but I always hated those for some reason. If you want to do it legit, you can go to places, and I think the standard cost right now, it's generally like 1,000 retail ready full color CDs for around $1,000. It's a great job. Disc Makers has been around for years, and they're a great place to go and get that done if you're choosing to go that route. So obviously you got to get that done. Now, here comes the other stuff. You need a budget for promotional material. For a photo shoot, for one. I cannot stress how important it is to get a real photo shoot done, not just from your old camera, your phone camera, or whatever. Go to a real photographer in a studio or something and get some good, solid, nice shots done for your cover and for your promotional material. Get an 8x10 done, headshot, full body shot, whatever you want. You can get them in color or black and white. And you need money for that. A good photographer will cost you, depending how many pictures you want, 100, 200, 300, it depends. Probably the lowest starting at $100, but it can go up quick. Then you need to get things like promotional materials for your press kit. You'll have the digital online press kit like I talked about before, but you should always have the good old-fashioned one still, where it's like a nice folder. You open it up, you put the 8x10 in there, you put your short bio in there, and usually your one sheet, which is like your album's barcode and the track listing of your album. And it's usually where retailers, they used them more back in the day, but they're still out there. Retailers would take this one sheet, and it's just a listing of your album, basically. Who's on it, the front cover, the barcode, all that good stuff. Now, all this stuff should be in your physical press kit with a business card. People usually throw those in. Then you got to worry about postage. Mailing this stuff out to people that really want them still. Some newspapers still might request them, but a lot of it is digital, so you might not have to send so many out as you may think. Then, of course, you will need to, copyright. It doesn't cost much. You could copyright a full album. And, of course, if you're planning on touring, whether it's just doing, you're going to a city, doing a stop at either college radio or terrestrial radio or satellite radio if you're in New York for Sirius XM, if you have those kind of connections, you're gonna need, unless you're a major opening act where places are, like you're the main headliner rather, and places fly you in, then that's great. You don't have to worry as much because they take care of your food, they take care of the hotel and all that stuff. But if you're still like either an opening act and just rising, building your fan base, you're gonna have to pay up for a lot of stuff still. Now, you got to factor in lodging, hotel stay, gas to drive to these places, or plane ticket. But I suggest gas, just staying, if you're doing it all on your own and you're not a headliner where they pay you to come, just go to surrounding cities, surrounding states at first and go from there once you start making money. But there's gas, there's hotel, food. If you're in a band, a full band, of course you'll need, if you don't already have it, you'll need stuff for your stage show. Backup things for guitars. Some people like to bring their whole own PA set, or they like to use the one that the club has there. It just depends on you. But always factor in those type of things. If they break down, a mic goes out, things like that. And then, if you're looking to do it, merchandise. If you have a solid enough fan base, you will need to get some merchandise made, which means t-shirts, and of course you got to spend money to make money. So you're buying these t-shirts at a cost to get printed up, and then you sell them for a profit at your shows. So you could sell t-shirts, hats, stickers, whatever your fan base likes. And of course have CDs there as well. So you got to have a budget for that type of stuff, merchandising. So there's just a lot of stuff. And then of course other promotional materials like posters that you might want to give away or sell. Other things as far as like promotional teams to help you, like a street team. You got to pay people to do that unless you get friends to help you for free. But if you want a professional street team that goes out there and blankets the city where the action is, where music lovers will be, it's worth the cost. And they'll basically take your little promotional cards with your album stuff on there and your artist name and all that good stuff, and they'll blanket the city. They'll pass them out of clubs, they'll put them on cars and things like that. And they do a hell of a good job. We've used them before in projects I've worked on in the past, and it has worked. Also, depending on your budget, you might want someone to help you in radio. There's people out there who will help get your songs on radio. They have even specific people I've worked with where they work just with college radio in the United States. They'll get your single to all the DJs, get your album to all the DJs. And sometimes, depending how much you pay, they'll even monitor how many spins you're getting. And there's also people who do that for terrestrial radio and satellite radio. So if your budget's that big, pay for that service and get somebody reputable, because it's a great service to get, especially when they monitor. That really helps you out, especially when you're indie. So you got to factor in all these costs, and it adds up. I mean, of course, you can cut corners here. If you don't have money for the radio promotional person, cut it out the budget. That's fine. I mean, it really helps to have someone like that. Or then, of course, the more popular you get, you might want a public relations person, a PR person, publicists, people to help you, basically to help you get interviews, to get into maybe a spot on a TV, like a local TV show or story on the news, or, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff you could spend money on if you have the budget. You just got to get the best pricing, get the best product. For as far as people go, people who have a rep that are good and have worked with others in the past. So, a decent album release, it might cost 10 grand, but always weigh the cost against how much you could possibly make. So that hopefully in the end you'll make a profit. And that's what it's all about, because music is a business, and if you want it to be your career, you need to make money on it, and that's important. So, but I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell. It'll notify you when a new video has been done. And don't forget to download the ebook. It's a step-by-step guide to release your own album. It's at www.yourmusicrelease.com. Check it out. It's from A to Z on how to release an album, and it's instant download. Check the website out now and get it. It'll help you a lot, I guarantee it. So leave some comments, tell me what you want to talk about next, and I will see you next video.